down your goals. So first of all, what is your target revenue? In our example, let's say it's $1 million this year. So then how much would we need to make gross? How much would we need to gross each month to hit that $1 million? It would be 84,000. And then we look at, well, what is each transaction? What's your average transaction value? Say it's $500. So then how many jobs will that require? In this case, it'd be 168. And then what is your average conversion rate from lead to book job? So let's say it's 50%. 50% of your leads, people you talk to, you book half of them. And then you'll multiply the number of jobs you need by your conversion rate. In this case, it's 336 leads per month. Okay? Now, what is your goal for 2019? So let's look at the fundamentals. You have your message, your market, and your media. Your message is your what, your market's your who, and your media is your how. So who is your ideal client? Let's talk about your client avatar. Now, it's not the movie Avatar, but an avatar is, the all the ideal characteristics that make up your ideal client, the demographics and everything else that goes in. So for this example, let's say the ideal client avatar is a homeowner. They're 35 years or older, typically female, married with 2 to 3 kids, an average annual household income of $65,000 or more. They're family oriented, reliable, they're easily frustrated. They like to please people. They expect the same in return. They like being outdoors. They like crafting. They like arts. They're not handy. They live in the suburbs, usually an upper middle class neighborhood, and they take an interest in their community. So this is just kind of a client avatar that we've come up with that could be for your landscaping business. Now you know all the demographics and you know your market and everything you're going after, so this could be tweaked, but obviously this would be a totally different avatar for a totally different business. So, but this is something that would be, I'm sorry, we're getting a thing, once again, a couple people are saying they're not getting any sound. Are you guys hearing everything all right? Got a couple new messages popping up here. So you guys still able to hear everything? Let's just look real quick here. Works fine, I can hear. I can, yes. Sound, just say sound yes if there's sound for you. So got it now. Okay, great, Michael. Okay, good. Very good. All right, so so it's important to have that client avatar and to figure it all out. Thanks, Don. I'm glad you guys can hear. All right, good. All right, now, so then we even look at their pains and frustrations. You might say, man, what's all this about? What do I need to know? This is gold, because this will help you when you do your marketing, when you're advertising, because you know the frustrations they have, and so then your marketing, your advertising, your website can address these different areas. So in this example, pains and frustrations. The yard, the landscaping looks terrible. They can't get a landscaping company on the phone or to return their call. They need to get landscaping issues resolved, and they're really just too busy to deal with it. They're also worried about chemicals used on the lawn, which could harm their children and pets. Other fears could be being ripped off or overcharged, paying too much for something they could have gotten elsewhere, having yard damage by careless workers, being inconvenienced trying to coordinate with the landscaper, phone calls not returned, treatment may be unhealthy for their children or their pets, cost may be even more than they can afford right now. And then the goals and desires. So they just really want to have a beautiful yard. They want to have a relationship with their landscaper that they can trust. They want to take care of their family. They want to just live in a nice, luxurious home, drive a nice car, have kids that are healthy, happy, successful, really want to just spend some more time with their family and go and travel and have fun with the family. They want the respect and approval of their friends and family, and just really want to find the right landscaper to handle the landscaping needs and have peace of mind. So here's the bottom line. If you can see Mary Jones through Mary Jones' eyes, then you can sell what Mary Jones buys. So let that sink in for a second there. If you can see the client through their eyes and what they're experiencing, then you can sell to them based on your marketing and meeting their needs. You know, if you're in an area that you constantly hear, phone calls are just never returned from landscapers. I mean, it's just a simple case of, making sure you have somebody on staff. You return phone calls promptly, and then all of a sudden, what happens is they're amazing. I called them and they called me right back. It's so amazing sometimes when customer service gets so bad in an industry or so bad in an area that when a company just does their job, just does what they're supposed to do, then all of a sudden they're the hero. So of course you want to have top-notch service all the time, which I'm sure many of you do, and hopefully most of you do. But we all make mistakes and need to tweak and change. But if we could just see it through our client's eyes, this can really help with our marketing. So let's dig into it a little bit deeper now. So let's craft our message, which is what, all right? So what is your message? Now, once again, I don't expect you to take time now to fill this out, because it's really important to spend some time to give this thought and to really just kind of delve into it, so you can come up with answers that will be the foundation of helping you build your ideal client avatar. So first, you're going to ask about what's your message. So why should someone do business with you versus the competition? What benefits do you offer that your target customer avatar will resonate with? So you can go back to those pains and frustrations and realize, oh, we do this, we do whatever it is that you offer that is something that will really resonate with them. That's great to use in your marketing, in your questions and answers, in your website, and all of that together. So just kind of backing up a second. So when you do create that avatar, you can use the different things that we've put in there as a basis, because a lot of those will probably apply for your landscaping business. But it all just depends. For example, the one thing about the income there depends on what area that you're serving, what your demographics are. So it could be a higher income, could be a lower income, just depends on what your business model is. But you can tweak that. But I really don't just plug it all in. Really fine tune it for your own business, and it will really pay off for you once you implement all of this. So also, if you got any questions at any time, please just drop those in there. I think we're going good with that. We have a quick scroll here. Okay, we're good. All right, thank you guys. All right, so let's move on. So messaging that works. All right, so on some of those pains and frustrations and all, we've looked at all those, and now we're going to come up with a message. Outstanding customer service, 100% satisfaction guarantee, reliable, experienced, and trustworthy, free quotes with upfront pricing. So you see what we've done? We've taken some of those fears that are there and answered those just by our messaging. Now let's take a look at how you can make the case. 1, easy to reach, and all calls are returned promptly. 2, your complete satisfaction is our number 1 goal. 3, we're professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. And 4, no surprising pricing. Okay, so you now make the case for your business by putting all this in. So it's really messaging that works, and you just always want to focus on the benefits of your services. Use variations of you more than I or we in your messaging. We are this, we are this, we are this, I. No. You don't have to worry. The chemicals that we use on your lawn are completely safe for your children. You don't have to worry about them running barefoot. They're not going to have issues, whatever it is, okay? All right, let's move on. Let's look at media, the how. All right, so your website is really the hub. That's why it's important to have a website that's functional, that's bringing you leads, that's showing up in the search engines and ranking well. So let's get into that. So, of course, first question is your website set up to convert visitors to callers? You don't simply want them to come to your website and not take any action. You want there to be conversion. You want them to call you as a result of visiting your website. And ways to do that is, it's important, and this sounds so silly, but make sure that you have your phone number on your website. At the top right corner, you see it listed there. Excuse me. I'm sure you've all experienced this, where you are on a website and you would need to call the business and the phone number is nowhere to be found. So make it easy for them to convert, to call you. A contact us button, phone number is here again. Just make it very easy for them to get in touch with you. You want to use authentic and engaging images, videos, content. This is just a stock photography shot. It's important. I have professional photography. That's wonderful, yes. But make sure it's just real. The people that work for you, it's real and authentic, and not just some guy on a white background in a studio. You want to also use videos and images and content, everything that's engaging and just shows about your business. So, and this was a website that we created in the at the end. It just shows you the whole team. We did some drone views and everything, and at the end, the team just kind of has fun and gives a big thumbs up. So, just a warm, friendly, personal thing that people can relate to. So, as you do this, you want to speak to your target avatar. You want to address their fears and frustrations, and you want to speak to why they should choose you. So you see how this all starts happening? It just, all the messaging and everything we're doing starts being put together in your videos, in your blog pieces, in your marketing collateral, just taking all those different things that speak to your target avatar. All right. Next, you want to have social proof. You want to have reviews. In this example, we've got the reviews on the front page of their website. Then they can click read all reviews. We just feature 3 reviews here, and they can just click this button below the reviews to read all the reviews. You just need to make it easy. Then stream reviews to your website. In this case, this is a page that was created specifically for reviews, and as a new review comes in from Google or Facebook or from the website, or different other areas, it automatically streams and shows up on the website. And then you can stream it to social media. In this case, we have it so that a website review comes up and it's shared on Facebook and Twitter. So it's important to have a business, of course, it's based so you do get good quality reviews. And if you do have an issue where you do get a negative review, reply back and do everything you possibly can to satisfy that client. And even on the good reviews, make sure you reply back. Google's even looking at those type of things now. It just shows you interaction between the client and the person leaving the review. All right. So make it easy for your clients to contact you. We kind of cover this, having a phone number, a video here, request an estimate button, just so that if they want to get in touch with you, they don't have to do a lot of work in order to do so. So you want to update the calls to action on each page to ensure they speak to your client avatar and tell them exactly what to do. So if you have a blog post or an article about a certain, tree trimming, whatever it is, address their fears and their frustrations, and then have a call to action. Call us now. We'll be happy to answer any questions. Call us now to schedule an estimate. Whatever it is, but just make sure every place has a call to action after they read something, that they can take action. Now, you don't want it to be, in their face, blinking lights and all that, but you just want it to be natural. And as you would normally speak to somebody, you want to write that way. And you want to just really make sure that your entire website is optimized to be found on the search engines. And the way to do that is, first of all, is to have your main keyword in the title tag. So in this example, it's Sundale Landscaping, and the keyword is San Diego Landscaper and then Sundale Landscaping. So what I see many, many times is when a website is built, the title tag for that page would be, in this case, Home Sundale Landscaping, because it's the home page. That's what the default is. So if somebody is searching for Home Sundale Landscaping, they're going to find it. But what if they're searching for San Diego Landscaper and you've got your keyword as Home instead? Sounds kind of silly, but we see it time and time and time. And it's not only your home page, but all the pages. For example, we've got irrigation systems and repairs, San Diego. Instead of saying, services, San Diego, we've got the keyword irrigation systems and repairs, San Diego. So it's important that these keywords are set for every single page of your website. And then the search engines will find that. Then the other thing that's real important to have are called H1 and H2 tags. There's also H3, H4, H5, H6, but H1 and H2 are the ones that are most critical, and that's what we'll cover today and what you really need to be concerned about. So your H1 tag would be, it's like your headline. It's telling Google what this page is all about when somebody does a search. So in this case, our H1 tag we have is Northwest Arkansas's highest rated lawn and landscape company. So look at those keywords. If somebody searches for Northwest Arkansas Landscape Company, it's covered. If they're looking for Arkansas Landscape, all the different highest rated landscape company, it's these are all keywords and will help people searching for your site to find you easily on Google, because Google knows that that's what this page is all about, what this website is all about. I was looking at one website and the main H1 tag said a beautiful experience. So that's fine if you want to put on your website something about a beautiful experience, but it shouldn't be labeled as your headline. Instead it should be, Dallas landscaper offering whatever it is, whatever your keywords are. Because once again, what happens is many times things just default. Something has to be an H1 and H2 tag if they're assigned, and a lot of times they're not assigned to the right word. So make sure that they're right. Then what goes right in with that is your H2 tag. So you've got H1 as your headline, and H2 would be like your subheadline. And in this case, your lawn care and landscape professional serving Fayetteville, Farmington, Prairie Grove, Cave Springs, Elm Springs, Springdale, and Southwest Rogers. These are the areas that they serve. So anybody's punching in one of these cities with lawn care or landscape, they're going to find their website. Very important to do. And another thing is, if this was on the page, but the H1 and H2 tags weren't assigned to them, Google doesn't know what the page is about. So it's real important that the coding is done right so that the search engines will find you. All right. Once again, then you want to really make sure that it's optimized for the search engines by having a page for each of your core services. So another mistake I see many, many times is, we offer French drains and outdoor lighting, pavers and concrete, retaining walls, and maybe it's all on one page, and maybe we'll have each thing listed and a photograph and a little, blurb of text beside it. However, Google is not going to know is only going to be able to optimize for one or two keywords. So it's not going to find all that stuff on one page. It needs to be separated out. So we have a page for each of your services. For example, we've got highlighted here, irrigation systems and repairs. So part of that would also be the title tag of that page would have the city you're serving and irrigation systems and repairs for every single service. Now, also what you do on this page is you've got your H1 tags and your H2 tags. Once again, your headline talking about the service that you're offering and the keywords that go with that. That's how you're shown, that's how you're found on the search engines. We had a client that started with us last year, and they had everything kind of combined on one page, their web designer. So we broke it all out, and we made pages for each of their services. And I did a review just to see how we were doing showing up, and one of the keywords that we put in this case it was a hedge and shrub trimming, and they came up as the #1 organic and #2 organic listing on Google, and at times it's even shown up in the Google Maps, which is very interesting because those weren't really the keywords that we optimized the maps for. But before all this, they weren't showing up for those terms at all, and now they're #1 and #2 listing in the organic listings on Google. So it's real important that you do this and have your website optimized. All right, so now the same thing, each of the cities that you service have a page for each of those. And you want to have some information about the city, maybe use some photographs. It's great to use photographs of the property that you do your landscaping services for in those cities. But just information about your service and then the city. So when someone types in the city and the name of your or the city and landscaping or whatever your keyword is, that they'll find you. So a page for each city, and make sure you've got some good quality content on each of those pages. You don't want to copy and paste and have everything exactly the same on all of them. It's real important that you instead of doing that you've got content written specifically for that city or for that service area. All right, that's unique. So, here's how the search engines work. You probably know you do a search for a business. In this case, we did Jacksonville Landscapers, and what comes up at the top are the PPC ads, the pay-per-click ads, and then you've got your maps, which you've got the top 3 people that are ranking well will be shown on the front page. And that's another thing that shows you about the Google algorithms. It wasn't that long ago that the map showed up. You had the top 7. And so you had a lot better chance than you do now, because if at least you're in the top 7, you were seen on the front page of Google. And then overnight it changed, and they said, okay, we're just going to show the top 3. So those companies that were not in the 1, 2, or 3 spot lost a lot of search engine optimization. So under your maps, you've got the paid directories, and then your organic. And these kind of switch around. The example I told you about the shrub and trim pruning, they were at number 1 and number 2 organics, and then they had some Home Advisor and some other ads underneath that. So sometimes the directories, it just always changes. You just don't know. But the main thing is you want to be optimized so that you do show up on page 1. All right. Another thing is why it's so important to have your website optimized is because everything is that gets the most results is based on organic. So 28% of the clicks on a page are from Google ad listings, but 72% are from organic and the maps, which is all, Google crawls the web and they find this information and they say, oh, this guy's looking for a Atlanta landscaper. And oh, look, this website has all this information about it. We're going to index them. We're going to put them on page 1 if everything they're looking for as far as, good quality content, the proper tags, everything, good reviews or reviews, as long as everything is working together. So AdWords, the Google ads, are still 28%. So, that means 100 people click on an ad, 72 are going to go to the organic, but 28 are still going to go to the Google ads. And that's why Google ads works very, very well. But the key to that is it's got to be managed successfully. Make sure you've got it all set up right so you're not just losing money, because that can easily happen as well. And like I said, we may be doing a webinar next month on Google ads. We will be having a webinar every month, and I think Google ads is the next one coming up. But stay tuned for that. All right. So what you want to do is you want to be optimized to rank in the Google 3-pack. So you want to have an optimized Google listing. You want to have consistent citations, your name, address, your phone, and you want to have more 5-star reviews. So it's real important to make sure that you've got your Google My Business dashboard set up. Everything's optimized. You're adding photographs to it. You're filling in all the information. You've got the proper categories. So this all goes into optimizing your Google listing. And then to have consistent citations, your NAP, that's your name, your address, and your phone, as it shows across the web. Because all the different directories are out there, and you may not even have signed up for a directory, but they just list your business. And so Google also uses all of that information as well. So say you've moved and you've changed your phone number. Well, it may be the wrong number on some directories and the correct number on some, or maybe your address has changed. It's important for it to be consistent across every directory. If it's not consistent, Google's thinking, are they even in business anymore? This phone number doesn't match up with that phone number. This address doesn't match up with that one. So it's important to have consistency across the web, all of your directory listings. Okay? And then you want to definitely have 5-star reviews. Do a great job, and people are going to leave reviews. Put a system in place that they do. So really, to rank organically, you really just want to be optimized. And so that's on-page optimization, which is what we talked about already with everything with the tags and everything. You want to have high-quality links. If a magazine does an article about you, make sure that they've got a link to your website. Ask them if they could include that. Most of the time, they always will. Links from organizations. I mentioned earlier the National Association of Landscape Professionals. If you're a member of that organization, check your listing and make sure that the link that they have for your website works. I've seen, not with NALP, but I've just seen through just different listings that even links that are on there to websites has something spelled wrong and the link doesn't work. So make sure that's working. But if you have high quality links, which is simply other websites referring back to you, that helps your credibility and helps build your authority as well. And we mentioned the citations being consistent, the reviews being consistent. And then you want to have fresh content. You want to have articles and posts, things that people are searching for. Articles about, when is the best time to, prune in the winter, whatever, things that people are searching for, have articles written about that, and photographs showing your service is doing that as well, but make it informational for the reader. So you just want to have fresh content. Don't recycle, but keep coming up with new ideas, new articles. All right. So then next, are you active on social media? Your Facebook page, want to make sure your business info is all filled out and it's correct. You've got photos on there. You're going to have at least 10 5-star reviews, at least 100 likes. Post at least once a week. More so is even better. And you can also spend some money for reach. You can take a post and boost it, and you might say, we're going to spend $10 to our target demographic group to get this post out there. So that's effective as well. And one thing that's nice about Facebook is you can actually target the demographics that you serve, so your ad or your post isn't going out, blanket to everybody. So, and then YouTube. YouTube is the number 2 search engine. Google's number 1, YouTube's number 2. Google owns both, but people use more and more and more YouTube. So you can create an explainer video. You can put on customer testimonials and how-to videos. All of these make great target videos. One thing that we really encourage you to do is to find out what are the 10 most frequently asked questions. What are people calling and asking? I'm sure everybody has the same questions they hear over and over again. Take those and break them all down and create a video about it, talking and explaining, because that's what people want to know about. That's what they need to know. And you can put that on YouTube and also make it part of your website as well. All right. Next, are you taking advantage of paid online marketing? So we talked about AdWords and pay-per-click. There's other directories you can be part of, other services. You've got Angie's List, Home Advisor, Yelp Advertising. You've got retargeting. The number one thing is to put your money in organic. Well, I should say your time in organic, and get it all created and everything. That's the best, having organic, because that means your website is being seen by Google. It's an authority site. People are coming to it, and Google is putting it high on the search engines. But you have to keep working at it, keep adding and bringing in more content. And like I mentioned earlier, the search engines algorithms are always changing. So you've got to make sure that just because you're number 1 today doesn't mean you're going to be number 2 in a few days. So you need to stay on top of all that. And then if you want to do advertising on some of these other services, that's fine, but just set a budget, set a limit, and just monitor the results from that. One thing that I really like about Google Ads is you can set a low budget, and then after the campaign is run for a short time, you can see what people are actually searching for. Okay, these are the search terms that people are typing in to find our business, and that can help you out tremendously. And so that's a test you can do by spending just a little bit of money and also generating calls from that ad as well. Number 5 on the list is retargeting, which I am a huge fan of because it's very, very, very cost effective. And the way retargeting works is simply when somebody visits your website, a cookie is placed or a pixel is placed on their computer. So say maybe they're looking at an outdoor kitchen, okay? And you're talking about, hey, it's cold right now, the winter, it's hard to even imagine of being outside right now, but now's the time to start thinking about us creating a beautiful outdoor kitchen for you. So they read the information about that. Well, now they have the cookie placed on their computer, the pixel. So later on, as they're reading the news, they're reading the articles and stuff, and there's this beautiful outdoor kitchen with an ad from you showing up there. You've seen this happen all the time. You look at a pair of shoes on Amazon, and those shoes are everywhere now. And that's one little side note about retargeting. You want to set the limit so that people aren't just being blasted in their face with your ads all the time. You want it to be so that it's like natural and not just overbearing. But what happens is it's repetitive, and it helps keep you top of mind when they see your ad again. They're thinking about, oh yeah, that outdoor kitchen, and they can click on the ad and go back to your website and all. So retargeting can be done very, very cost effectively, and really works very, very well. All right, Now, in your workbook, I have the 10 keys to online marketing success. I just included this as a bonus. This isn't something we're going to go over today. However, actually, some of the items that we went over today, like is your website properly optimized? That would be like number one in the checkbox. But this is gold for you if you will take it and go step by step and see if you're meeting all of these different areas. And if you're not, tweak them, change them, have somebody on your staff do it. If you need to work with an agency to do it, whatever, but just put an action plan in place. And these 10 keys are keys that we use for our clients. We've seen incredible growth. So I encourage you to take this as a tool and to implement it into your landscaping business. All right. So next we've got taking action. So once again, this isn't something that you're going to answer right now, because you really need to take some time and thought into it. So, but if we just kind of ask the question, first of all, what are your top 3 internet marketing initiatives that you need to implement to hit your 2019 goals? So what do you need to do to reach that goal of, we want to reach gross sales of this amount? Here's what we need to do. These are the top 3 internet marketing initiatives we need to put into place to see it happen. Give it some hard thought. And then who's going to do this? Who on your team or externally do you need to meet with to take action on these 3 initiatives? So it's not only simply, okay, you identified the 3, well, then you need to take it to the next step. Okay, this person is going to be responsible, whether it's somebody on your team, whether you outsource this, whether it's another agency, whatever it is, it's important to identify who's going to do that so you can put your plan into action. All right, now, what I would like to offer you is a free 2019 online marketing plan review. There's no cost for this. It's just an analysis of where you are online. We'll do a custom keyword list of your most searched terms. We'll give you a report showing where you rank currently. We'll do an analysis of your online directory listings and consistency. We're going to take a look and see about your H1 tags, your H2 tags, your meta tags, and say, okay, your H1 tag says this, you need to change it to, whatever. So we're going to look at all that, your social presence, how your website is converting, how effective that is. So if you're interested in that, that's a free review we'll be happy to do for you. You can just let me know when the webinar ends. There'll be a little screen that pops up and you can just click on the button there, or you can email me at chris@successlandscapemarketing.com. Also, one extra bonus here is that we talked about retargeting a minute ago, and if you are interested in having us handle this for you and to do all the things we talked about, we have a special, which is a complete retargeting marketing campaign. It's our gift when you come on board with any of our programs. And you'll receive the complete marketing campaign for retargeting with the pixel being placed on your computer right away. So when people start visiting your website, we'll design the ad sets for you. We'll do the banners. You're going to have 21 different ads and banners. So it's really customized for your business. So if that's something you're interested in, just let us know. It's a special for the first 3 clients through February 14th. And this is something, it's something you need to think about, and we can go over what we offer and everything, but that's just a bonus if you're interested. All right, now, and here's my address, email, and phone, and let's get into our recap of everything now. So looking back on everything that we talked about, you want to have a real clear goal and target for 2019. You want to establish your client avatar.